Hello, lovely people. I'm going to be on the floor today. So Wednesdays are no kneeling days. I often teach in the chair for those of you who don't like to get on the floor. But today we're going to be on the floor. So we'll be on the floor. We'll start on the floor and we'll see where we end up. Have a strap. I want to do a little back of the legs stuff, especially for those of you who just did melt. This will be a nice addition to what we were just doing. So let's get to it. Go to the floor. Turn up the heat. Turn off your phone. Drink some water. Drink some water. Do you ever feel like you drink enough water? Do you ever go to bed and go, gosh, I drank a lot of water today? I don't know. Okay, here we go. Hi, Diane. I think I have you on the list, Diane, for class. I think you're the first person to sign up for class tomorrow. I can't believe we're doing this tomorrow. I'm making myself teach tomorrow, though the room isn't perfectly ready and Mercury is retrograde, but I want to teach one time before New Year's Day, and I always teach on New Year's Day. So I haven't taught in person on New Year's Day in a really long time, and I want to do that. And yeah, it's a little wacky. It's a little crazy, but who are we if we're not a little crazy? Let's land on the floor in constructive rest. You're welcome to widen your feet, let your knees rest into each other. I like my knees apart. Let's take a few breaths. Just inhale through the nose. Big exhale through the mouth. Two more times. Inhale through the nose, fill the lungs. Maybe exhale with a sigh. I always think like, whew, that's over with. Inhale through the nose. Let it go. As the breath returns to normal, just have a sense of arriving and landing here on your little yoga spot. And what's your intention? Why did you show up to practice today? What do you want out of your practice? And then let's begin moving. So I'm going to tip my pubic bone forward. I'm going to arch the lower back away from the floor. And then I'm going to tip the pubic bone towards my face. So this action comes from the pelvis. And sometimes I ask you to do this really tiny. Right now, I just want you to feel good. So if it's like, ooh, something is stuck or stiff, then make it smaller and slower. And as things warm up and move, you can let it become bigger, but just don't overwork it. I always like to begin a floor practice with this because this hydrates the discs that are in between the bones of the spine. And so it's going to just make all the other positions a little more comfortable. And after a few, you can start to notice that your head is responding and reacting to this movement of the pelvis. Your nose will lift up and down. Isn't that fun? And then just pause in neutral.
And then let's bring the left knee to the chest. Have your strap, handy. I'm just gonna hold my left knee to the chest for a moment. And I'm gonna create some movement in and out with my knee. Let it be gentle and go exploring. Take it out to the side. Take that knee a little bit more to the ceiling, just going out and in. Away from the body and close to the body. And out to the side and back towards center. Hydrating the hip joint. And then let's just pause in a comfortable place. Find the most comfortable place and slide the other leg out long and straight. Be slow and then press through the heel. Sometimes the leg that you straighten out likes to rotate outwards like a duck. So have those toes pointed up to the ceiling. And then soften through the upper back, shoulders, jaw, face. Breathe. Pull your belly in, bend the straight leg, and then take your strap to the bottom of your foot. Slide the leg out so your thighs are level with each other. Hold the strap, one in each hand, and have the strap up to the top of the foot. Pull down on the strap, press through the heel, and then release. Pull down, press through the heel, and release. Pull down, press through the heel, and stay. Now keep your thighs level, and we're going to rotate outwards like a duck with that leg, and then back into the center. And then do it again. Rotate from the hip joint outwards like a duck, and then back into the center. One more time. Rotate outwards like a duck. Now turn your ears on. I want you to take your right foot, if your left foot is in the ceiling, up to the sky, take your right foot and just slide it out about 1 inch so your knee moves away from you. Rotate the left foot out, pull down on the strap, press through the heel, straighten your knee. Now listen, tip your pubic bone forward and have a little tiny lower back arch. And then take your left foot and bring it slowly over to the right, just a little bit so that your big toe is in line with your nose. So my hips are square to the floor. Don't roll over to the side. And then take your right knee, the bent leg, and just let your right knee move to the left as your left leg goes to the right. And one more second, we're going to pull down the strap, straighten the knee, rotate externally, relax your ribs, tip your pubic bone forward slightly, and then let's get out of there. Bring it back into the center and put your foot down on the floor. Pause. Notice how that calf feels compared to your other calf. And let's do side 2. So you don't need your strap quite yet. You can just lay it across your belly. Let's bring the right knee into the chest. I hope you're on the same side as me. And I'm just going to move my knee in and out. I have my other leg bent. My lower back is nice and close to the floor. And we're moving the ball in the socket. And as I go out away from the body and in, I'm going to move the knee out to the side a little bit and see what it feels like over there. Ooh, little pinchy. So there's definitely a spot in there that doesn't feel very good. Slow it down. Remember to breathe. And then I want you to find the place that feels pretty comfortable. So you're like, oh yeah, I can hold that for a moment. And then slide the other leg out long and straight slowly. Press through the heel, turn those toes to the ceiling, and breathe. Relax your shoulders, your jaw, your face. When you're ready, belly button comes in, pull the belly down, bend the straight leg, take your strap to the bottom of the foot, lasso of the foot, right at the ball of the foot. And as I kick my leg out, remember, we're not taking the foot to the ceiling. We're keeping it low so my thighs are on the same plane. And I'm going to pump the ankle. I'm going to pull down on the strap, press through the heel. Oh, yeah. And release out of it. Do it 2 more times. Pull down, press through the heel. And release. And again, press down, pull. Now stay, pulling down on the strap, knee is straight. I'm going to take my left foot and I'm going to scooch it forward maybe an inch or 2. I'm going to rotate my right leg outwards like a duck, rotating from the hip, and then back into neutral. 2 more times. Rotate outwards like a duck, back to neutral. This rotation happens from your piriformis, the muscle up in your butt. Now stay outwards like a duck, pull down on the strap, press to the heel. The knee is straight. And then I'm going to take my right foot slowly, slowly over to the left. I want the big toe to stay in line with your nose, so I'm not going very far. My left knee can go to the right, like my thighs are crossing. And I want you to tip the pubic bone slightly forward, like a little baby mouse could run under your lumbar curve. And we're going to pause for 2 seconds. Press down through the, pull down on the strap, press the heels, straighten the knee, externally rotate, relax your ribs, arch the back, and then get out of there. All right, maybe 4 seconds. Come all the way out, release the strap, put your foot on the floor. All right. Now let's do that kind of stuff to the other side of the body. So you can lose the strap and roll to the belly. So those are forward bending poses. Now these are back bending poses. Forward bend, back bend, side bend, twist. So I'm going to separate my feet. I'm going to come up onto my elbows and forearms. Now if you have lower back stenosis in this lumbar area, you got to keep this curve minimal. So you would be really, really low. And if you don't, or if you have a bulging herniated disc, this is really important. My elbows are underneath my forearms and I'm using my arms to pull my torso away from my pelvis. Shoulders coming down the back. Breathe into the side of your ribs just below your armpits. Super important. I've heard a lot of people like have this cough and sick and blah 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 blah, and that creates this compression, this tightness in the front of the body. So it's really good for opening up the lungs and releasing tension in the diaphragm and the psoas. Let's bend one knee and then lower it down. Do the other one. Just starting to wake up the front of the thigh, stretching through the front of the thigh. And then we're going to pause and we're going to lay in half frog. So I'm going to turn towards you. You can do the side that your neck likes first. And I'm going to bring that knee out to the side. If laying in this position doesn't feel good, what I want you to do is slide the leg back, get up, and get a pillow and put it right under your belly. If you have boobs, put it under the boobs down to the belly. Blanket, pillow. Half frog. The last thing we were doing with the strap helps to hydrate the hip, to pull some fluids into the hip joint and all the fascia around the thigh. And I thought that is a really nice thing to do before half frog. Take a few big exhalations. Close your eyes. And focus on what you can soften as you exhale. Maybe your eyes, your chest, your hands. A couple more exhales. Just let go. Now take the knee that's to the side. You can use your hand, you could use your foot, or both, and just bring the knee up a little higher. That'll help you feel some breath right down at the bottom of your butt, right at the sit bone. So if you're someone who holds a lot of tension at the bottom of the pelvis, the pelvic floor, this is really, really good. All right, the next part is optional. So you do not have to come up onto your elbows and forearms. You can do this laying down in this position. I'm going to come up onto my elbows and forearms. Optional. And then we go back to where we were doing in Sphinx. Use your arms. Feel as if they're dragging your heart forward towards the wall in front of you. And you'll start to feel this length in the front. I want you to feel maybe stretchy in the front, but not tension, tightness, or pain in your back. So if you're feeling discomfort in your back, lower your chest closer to the floor. And then everybody can do this, whether you're up or not. Bend the straight leg foot to the sky. I'm sorry about that. And circle your ankle. Where's your ankle? Go the other way. It's like we don't know what's back behind us, right? We're always looking forward. So you're like, where's my foot? Circle your ankle and then relax the movement of the ankle and then just let that lower leg drift left and right. So your lower leg's moving like a windshield wiper. And it won't move very far. Don't be forceful. We're just moving tissues. And when you feel done, you can lower the leg down and lower back to the floor for half frog. Half frog, Ardha Mandukasana. Side 2. Slide the leg all the way back. You're going to turn your head. Change your arms. Bring the other knee to the side. So this side can be completely different. So if you're like, oh, what was that pillow thing? A pillow can come right under your belly, like under your, you could put it under your chest if it doesn't bother your boobs. And if your boobs smushing into the floor bothers your boobs, then put the pillow under the boobs. So we're trying to be flat like a frog. My back arm that I can't see is down alongside my body. My front arm is up alongside my face. I don't mind if you need to put something under your head. You can just put your hand under your head. But don't elevate your head too much. That would be a really weird curve in the neck. Close your eyes. And begin to focus on the softening. If it bothers your neck, try the pillow under the belly. And start to focus on what you can relax. What can you soften? Shoulders? This is a great pose if you ever experience sciatica. Relaxes the muscles of the butt, takes pressure off the nerve. Then take the knee that's to the side. Let's go up a little bit higher. You can use your foot, you can use your hand, help you up a little bit. And when you're ready, come up onto elbows and forearms. If you're gonna, you don't have to. And if you do, feel as if your arms pull you long. All stretchy in the front, no pain in the back, please. Adjust yourself accordingly. No suffering. The straight leg bends, foot to the sky, no matter if your chest is up or down. Go ahead and try. Circle the ankle a little bit, both directions. And then move the foot left and right. And then pause. Maybe you get a little longer. And when you're ready, lower the leg and fold all the way back down. And slide the leg all the way back. Let's try this. Have the feet apart. And then bend both knees and let your feet drift left and right together. And let the pelvis move. So we have this little lumbar curve and a rotation happening. Good for the lower back. See, when we're living life, the knees are always in the front. We're always closed up at the hip crease because we're sitting and driving and bending over, doing laundry, standing up and sitting. And then pause, take your feet down to the floor one at a time. And then we're going to roll to the back. All right, have a block. You could use a pillow if you like. And we need strength in the bottom of the butt, okay? We need to have strength here where your butt meets the back of your thigh. And I call that the underbutt. So if you reach down and you touch it and poke it, I want you to be able to tighten that muscle group. This gets very inactive when we're sitting down. And then you go to stand up and those muscles don't turn on and work for you. And the reason I want them to turn on and work for you, if you watch for a moment, is when I lift up, watch, I don't want you to lift your ribs. See this arch? I want your ribs to be able to stay down and you just lift your butt. And what we're trying to do is turn on the bottom of the butt to open up the creases of the hips, because that's how we want to walk around the world. Right? We don't want to be bent over. Then you feel short and then you feel old. Put the block between your knees and give it a squeeze. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. And we're going to do this for about 30 seconds. Close your eyes. And I want you to notice when you squeeze the block and release, don't let it go. Do the two legs feel like they work simultaneously, evenly? Is there sensation in one leg that's not in the other? And we're ready to go. Ready? Squeeze the block. Now, engage the glutes. That's the underbutt, your butt. Now we're going to lift, push into the feet, lift your butt, not your ribs though. Shove your feet forward towards your toes. It puts pressure back into your shoulders, right? Keep holding the block and then really tune in. You can touch yourself. Use the underbutt to open up and flatten the front of your hip creases. Should be nice and flat right here. Hold the block and then come on down. We're retraining the body how to do this. Ready? Squeeze the block, lift your butt, shove your feet forward, hold the block. Now use your under butt, go up a little bit higher. Don't lift your ribs, just open the creases, hold the block, and then come on down. 2 more times. Squeeze the block, squeeze your butt, lift your butt, shove your feet, squeeze the block. Now here it is. Under butt opens the creases. Hold the block and come on down. Last one. Push into the feet, lift your butt, squeeze the block, push the feet forward, hold the block, use your under butt, come up a little higher. Now you got 4 without relaxing. Ready? Go all the way down and up. Use the under butt all the way down, all the way up, rather than the piriformis, which will create sciatica. Last one. This one's for you, Diane. Hold it up, ribs down, shove the feet, hold the block. Now give me 4 little pulses. Just think under butt, under butt, under butt, under butt, and then come on all the way down and relax. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. No, I'm not. Separate your feet, take your arms to the sides. Another way to do this is you could take your block. This is kind of nice. Hold your block above your head. Let's try. And my feet are apart, and then do those windshield wipers. Both legs right and both legs left. And you could turn your head. And then let's pause in the center. Good. All right. So I think we should stand up. We should stand up and do a little side bend, a little forward bend, get some blood to the brain, and get on with this day, right? Roll to your side. Use your arms to peel yourself up. Climb on up. How gracefully can you get up? How gracefully can you get up? Dum, 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 dum. Chair if you need it for your forward bend. Ooh, oh, I have a good idea. Okay, good idea. Grab your chair. Grab your chair. I just thought of my friend Bob. Okay, so if we have relaxed the muscle of the butt and we have strengthened different muscles of the butt, now we're going to stretch out the piriformis, and that makes forward bending easier. So if this is all very tight, how will I be able to forward bend very easily? So this is a really good combination here. Bring your ankle to your thigh, and remember, Mike, you're tall. Put something under your butt. Put blankets under there. Bend your ankle. And then let's just move the knee up a little bit, up and down, see how it feels. I hope after everything we've just done, feels pretty darn good, right? And then let's go lower down, bend the ankle, give me a little lift, lean forward towards the foot. Scoot your butt back. Can you reach down and hang on to the leg of your chair? And then we can make this, don't think about going all the way down yet. I want you to take your other hand and reach out. So the same leg that is up and feeling stretchy, that hand reaches out over top of the foot. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, empty all the way. Now keep your body where it is. At the end of the exhale, I just want your arm, your shoulder, and your fingers to reach further forward. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale through the nose. Exhale all the way through the mouth. Just reach your arm further. So I'm trying to open up the back ribs. Last one. Big exhale. Good. Lower the arm, lower your head, and then you can maybe lean a little further forward. One more breath or 2 or 10. Come on up whenever you're ready. Of course you can stay longer. Help that leg down, give it a little wiggle. Let's do the other side, ankle to thigh. Bend your ankle. Let's create movement. My hand can help me, kind of lift and lower. And then pause. So I am going to lean forward and grab a hold of the leg of my chair. We're going to use the breath to release tension in the diaphragm. So I'm going to reach my arm out. My body doesn't move. Inhale through the nose. And on an exhalation, empty through the mouth, just feel like your shoulder through the arm to the fingers moves more further forward. 2 more times. Inhale. Big exhale. Looking down. Use the breath. And then breathe normal. Lower your head and your arm. Maybe you'll be able to lean a little further forward. I want this to feel kind of stretchy in the low back, the hip, your butt. If you feel it in your knee, lift your knee up with your hand. That should send the sensation back into your hip. Because the knee bone's connected to the hip bone. And come on up nice and slow. And as you bring your leg down, just create that little hip movement. All right, so let's rotate in the chair. So I don't always teach this one, but I'm gonna. So we're gonna turn right, turn to your right. And so I'm sitting sideways in my chair. I want my left leg to go a little bit forward. So I want you to feel like I'm gonna try to face the back of my chair, but I want it to start from your pelvis. So my left knee, foot forward. And then I'm gonna reach around, I'm gonna hold on to the back of my chair. And then we're gonna inhale. On an exhale, my hands are light. I'm barely touching my chair. I want you to think about rotating your ribs. And then just turn your neck gently. And now turn your arms on. Hold yourself in this position with your hands. Take a breath in. Big exhalation. Use the muscles of your back. Rotate, hold yourself here with your hands. Now I want you to use your arms and hands to hold yourself where you are. Just turn your head, not your shoulders, just turn your head back to the left. Keeping your original chin parallel to the floor. Turn the head back to the right. Inhale as you go. Exhale, you might be able to rotate your ribs a little more, turn your neck a little more. And then come out slowly. Doop-de-doop-de-doo. Take it around to the other side. So I'm sitting to the left. My left foot, knee, and butt go forward. My pelvis is trying to face the back of the chair. I hold the back of the chair. I lightly use your breath, expand your lungs. Exhale all the way. And just feel like you're rotating your ribs towards the chair. Your arms are going to hold you there. You can turn your neck a little bit. One more time. So I want you to use the muscles to move you, and your arms just hold you in that new place. Keeping your original chin parallel to the floor. Keep your shoulders where they are. Turn the head back to the right. So the whole spine is twisting to the left, except the neck is twisting to the right. And then we're going to go back in with the head. Turn the head to the left. Inhale, and as you exhale, go a little deeper. And as you come out, lift up, be slow. Sitting normal in your chair, scooch back, separate your feet, and let's go. Elbows to your legs, interlace the fingers, hang the head. Just stay here with your elbows on your legs for a couple of breaths. If you have high blood pressure, detached retina, glaucoma, stay here. If you're allowed to go down, you can take your hands inside the legs, or if you'd rather go on the outside of your legs, I don't mind. You can play with both. No pain. You could use your block under your hands if the floor feels too far away. Sometimes we're in the deepest pose, the body might be struggling. So if you put a little pressure into your hands and you back up just a smidgen, the body will relax. What do you want? A relaxed body or a struggling body? So try it. Push into your hands a little bit. Back up. Take a breath. And then maybe you can ease back into it a little deeper without a little struggle. Let your head go. And then coming up nice and slow when you're ready, bring your elbows back up onto your legs. Interlace your fingers, toes pointing forward, drop the head. Just pausing for a long breath. Use your hands to your legs. Push yourself all the way back up nice and slow. Come up slowly. You've been upside down. Relax your shoulders. Feel the calm. And let's take that calm up to our feet. So wiggle your butt a little to the edge. Separate your feet. Untuck, have a little curve. Lean your heart over your heels. Push down into your feet to come all the way up. Okay. Let's play a little bit. Oh, that forward bend in the chair was nice, right? So forward bends, if done well without struggle, are very calming to the nervous system. Stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system. So if you're like trying to go down further and further and you're feeling stuff that isn't comfortable, how much change are you really creating? Okay, let's do this. Ready? Toes forward, feet apart. Let's swoop the arms all the way up. I'm going to take hold. I'm going to take this hand. I'm going to turn my thumb back. I'm going to grab hold of my wrist. My palm is pointing to the ceiling. I'm going to pull this arm up to the ceiling. Turn on your core. Inhale, exhale, make your SH sound. Go shh. When you feel that core engagement, we're going to just bend to the side. I'm pulling this arm and bending to the side. Pull, pull, pull. Hold your feet in place. Engage your glutes. Find the pelvic floor. Engage the core. Go a little bit further. Inhale all the way up. Let's lower the arms. Let's do the other side. Inhale, swoop the arms up. Palm turns to the ceiling. I'm going to grab hold of the wrist. Pull the arm. Turn on your thighs, your butt, the pelvic floor, your core.
bending to the side. Keep the core engaged. Exhale, turn on the thighs, pull on the arm. Inhale all the way up. Exhale all the way open. Let's forward bend. Take the feet wide. Fold from the hips. Find the seat of the chair or your blocks. Keep the toes forward. Bend one knee. Go the other way. Bend the other knee. If it feels safe and strong, when you feel like, okay, I got it, can you do it? With less weight in your hands, maybe put your hands on your thighs. Maybe put your arms in the air. Strong. Can you get a little lower? I don't want you to lose the ability to do this. You know, when they say you use it or lose it, it's so true. If you don't ask the muscles to work, well, then they won't. When you're ready, pause in the center, toes forward, hands to the block or your chair, turn on the front of the thighs. Again, if you're allowed to take your head lower than your heart, folding down, but stay in comfort. Do not struggle. Do not be tempted to judge yourself or how far down you are or not. Just be where you are. Let this be about turning on the parasympathetic nervous system, because that's where we heal. That's when we feel peaceful. The goal is to find our peace, not to put our head on the floor. That's not what's going to bring us peace. When you feel ready, hands to the thighs. Inhale all the way out. And put yourself together. Fix your clothes. And we're going to end with our little pat down. So I'm going to start up here. I'm going to start with the face, but we're going to start at the collarbones here. So this is for the lymphatic system. We're going to just put a little pressure, just push, 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 push. That's all. Just a little underneath the collarbones. And I want you to take your hands to the sides, to your temples, and just go forward and back. A little higher. Move your scalp. Oh my goodness, doesn't that feel so good? Take your fingers, middle finger, ring finger, flick from your forehead outwards. Under your eyes. Under your lips. Behind your neck. Down to the chest. And then we're going to pat under the armpit. Just helping the immune system. Pat under the armpit. Who doesn't need that? We all need that. You can do more. Pat your belly. Sides of the hips. Down your legs. Backs of the knees. I'm making little fists. Back up the legs. To the butt. To the belly. Shake it out. Bounce it out. Bouncing and shaking. Do your little happy dance. Come on, shake it out. Shake it out. Come on. 3 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Pause. Plant your feet. Take a big breath in. Notice how you feel. Swoop the arms up. Bring the palms together to the center of your chest. Lower your face. Take a moment. Allow yourself to feel grounded, connected to the earth. You know what you want, how you want it, when you want it. Grounded in your truth. Then bring your awareness to the very top of the head. Feel yourself open to all possibilities. Limitless possibilities. Thank your body. Namaste. Thank you, human beings. Lovely, lovely, lovely human beings. You motivate me, you inspire me. Makes me want to cry. Be well, my friends. Drink some tea.